Howdy again, Gene Hammond, Director for Transportation. I've been asked to discuss with you this morning a couple of items. Student behavior aboard the bus and why some of our buses may run late. I'll address student behavior first. Basically, student behavior aboard a bus is classroom behavior. In many respects, it is not any different than what's expected in the classroom. Keep your hands to yourself, stay in your seat, certainly no bullying. There are some notable exceptions, of course. The inside voice in the bus is extremely critical. If you get 40 to 50 students aboard a bus, and they're all yelling and screaming, it gets pretty difficult for the driver to hear what's going on, and they must be able to at all times hear to the point that if there are any emergency vehicles or any other things going on around them, honking horns, that they have the ability to hear that and properly respond. Another notable exception is children must remain seated while the bus is in motion. If we have to brake, a hard brake, and a student standing up either on the seat, turned backwards, or in the aisle, they could be thrown forward and be injured. Another big difference is the fact that no part of a student's body can be outside of the bus, meaning the windows. Their heads, their arms must remain inside the bus at all times. It's very critical also that the students follow the bus driver's directions and instructions. The only reason they're there is for the safe ride of all the students on the bus. If there are issues with particular students, normally the driver will first correct the student personally, and may do that a number of times. If we can't get the student to properly comply with those instructions, then the driver will either speak to a parent at the stop or get a phone call. If it's a very serious incident, such as a fight, then that will automatically be reported to the school. It's very, very important that all students behave properly on the bus, because not only is their safety in the balance, but also the safety of all the other students on the bus. We must have a safe, comfortable ride for all students, and we really need parents' help at times to help us through this, to perhaps reinforce a lesson or an instruction that they're not doing properly on the bus. There can be consequences for misbehavior, up to and including suspension. We certainly don't want that, and again, we want the students all ride safely every day. I've been asked, is there a bus monitor or bus paraprofessional on every bus? And the answer to that is no. The bus paraprofessionals are dedicated to assist our SPED students on our SPED buses. On the regular ed buses, we do not routinely put a paraprofessional. So it is only the driver that's trying to both safely drive the bus and also to manage student behavior. And I can tell you from personal experience, you cannot and will not see everything that happens behind you. 99.9% of what a driver does is they must concentrate on safely driving that bus. So a lot of the behavior that goes on behind them, they will simply not see, because they're concentrating on the road and the road around them. So if a student has an issue on the bus, please have them report it to the bus driver so that we can deal with it. It's not that we're trying to ignore it. It may simply be that the bus driver did not see the event. That's especially true with elementary students. With the new high-back bus seats at 2 feet, it's very hard to see back more than 4 or 5 seats from the bus driver's vantage point. So there's a lot that can go on there that they simply cannot see. We do want all students to feel comfortable to reporting any issues to their bus drivers. If they do not, for any reason, or they don't think about it until they get home, you can always have them report it to the school or call us directly here at Transportation, and we'll address your concern. We often have buses that run late, and it's for a variety of reasons. It could be for a mechanical issue in the yard during the pre-trip in the morning. There's a safety issue. The bus cannot go out, the regularly scheduled bus, so they must be assigned to a spare bus, which may cause the bus to run late. There may be issues that stops, either in the morning or in the afternoon, that would cause the bus to run late. We always instruct the drivers, if there's a serious issue aboard, the student management issue aboard the bus, to pull it off to a safe location, turn off the bus, and address the safety concern immediately before they go back on the road. That too could add time to stops. Also, our buses are subject to all of the traffic in and around the schools. As any parent who's driving their kids, sometimes we get caught up in that traffic and buses run late. For elementary schools, because you're the second tier in both the morning and the afternoon, all those buses are running either a high school or a middle school route before they begin their elementary school. If they run late on that for any reason, it could then roll down to where they're going to be running late on an elementary school route. We also, certainly more at the beginning of the school year, we may have to adjust the route times. Those that we initially put out there are not working for whatever reason, so we'll adjust the route times such that we have a better opportunity of getting all of our buses into the schools on time in the morning and to their stop locations in the afternoon. One thing I would like to say with SPED buses and the nature of some of the students that sometimes those buses run late because one kiddo's having a little bit more trouble getting on the bus or getting ready in the morning, so we may run late in the morning picking kids, some of these students up. Also, a lot of times if one or more of the students isn't riding that day, we may actually end up coming early to your house for pickup in the morning or in the afternoon because there are children that are not riding. If you have any concerns, please call us. That's what we're here for. We understand certainly that we're here to provide a valued service and safe, comfortable transportation for every one of the students that rides our bus. If you have any questions, again, please call transportation. Students can go to the bus drivers or the school, or you can call us. That's what we're here for, and we're certainly ready to help any way we can. Thank you.